I want to give you a little bit of a feel for the expectations of the final report for our final project. I apologize, I'm doing a screen capture from my computer to the camera, so the timing of things, the voice is a little off, but anyway, let's look at, first look at the project description here. All right, so for the take-home final, for the final project, this is a major portion of your grade, so I expect a fairly serious report here, but this is just giving what's on the web on K-State Online for the description of the project. So you're designing a feedback system for the WSCC system, and you need to try to force the outcome values to be more negative or less than negative 0.5. Design an observer if needed. So if you design an observer, then it's not necessarily an output. I mean, your system is still, you're just taking the outputs, but if you design an observer, then you will have to do a state feedback, and then also trying to minimize these things. But in terms of the report, I want to prepare a report that basically tells me what you did, and tells me what you did in such a way that somebody that has taken this class, basically, with the knowledge of this class, could repeat your experiment, repeat your work, and get the same results you did. Okay, so give enough detail and make your writing clear enough, okay, so that I can understand what you've done and what you've learned in the class, because this project is basically a summary, kind of a comprehensive exam for the whole class. Lots of different pieces of the class are included in here, and the point is for you to show me what you've learned. Okay, so I've included down here then some of the results that are necessary or needed to show what you did, some of the results, but of course you can include more, and then I expect discussion and explanation of the procedure you've done, how you got these things, difficulties you ran into, why you made the decisions you made, so forth. Okay, so let's go to one of the projects here. Let's see. So this one was one that was handed in paper. You can see it's a bound project. It's a little bit old, but 2002 it says there. But I have a table of contents here, and again, it's not required to have table of contents, but it's a good idea to, this is a serious report. And again, this one is one that I scanned in, so I don't have every single page included in here, but gives you an idea, the objectives, an introduction, a little background on the system, some of the theory, then just the process that they went through in designing the different pieces that gave them the answer, and then of course conclusion. A very important section. Please make sure you have conclusion. You discuss what you've accomplished, a summary of what you've done, and then appendices are a good idea too. So again, just scanning through it real quickly. Objectives, introduction, then some of the theory. And in this one, they didn't do all of the equation editor type things. They went ahead and wrote some things in by hand, which is fine with me to do some, but I do expect most of the text part to be typewritten. But again, going through the theory, some of the big derivations done by hand, and then some of it I think referred to in the appendix. But then giving some of the results, and made a little nice graph giving the theory. Again, just going through all the pieces, each step of the way, how you did, what you did, the results you got along the way, why you decided to do what you needed to do. Again, some of these, this is not the whole thing. There are some pieces missing. Skip some pages, but giving the results of each piece then as well, and then giving a conclusion. Doesn't have to be long, but just some discussion of what you did, and then appendix usually has MATLAB code, or if you want to give all the derivations and stuff, you don't need to put them inside the report. You can put them back in the appendix or something along those lines. Okay, so this was, I think maybe you could see at the beginning, this was a very good project that ended up getting 100%. Let's see, here is one more. This one was more the electronic version. It's a newer one, I guess, maybe. Anyway, title page, again, table of contents, giving objective data, kind of information, background information that we use to do it, put everything in. Computation, or basically the methods, how you did what you did, discussion, conclusion, appendix, okay? And so And same kind of thing. What's the goal? What do we have? And then this person put in a lot of time to do writing out of lots of equations, but um, again, like I said, you can do this. It's very nice, good, easy reading, or you can do some of it by hand. This person did a lot. Like I said, they did lots of derivations, color coded for many of the steps, all typed in. But I want to see that you've done these. Show me your work in some form. But then I also want the discussions of where you went, what you did, what you said, put into MATLAB, what your goals were. Discussions along with the tables of result. So, for example, here's looking at the controllability and observability testing for those things. So giving some discussion, giving some results. It's up to you to see. Some of it can be put in the appendix if it's large amounts of data. That's not necessarily letters. Maybe the critical steps of every different matrix don't need to be in the main body of the report, but the process you use, the description of the calculations, for example, or just the basic equations, and then refer to the MATLAB code or something along those lines. So again, this one gives a lot of data, but then good discussion explaining what they've done. And on to the next, each piece, again, explaining as you go, summarizing, and then discussing what happened, how the whole process went, and giving a nice conclusion. Again, a few paragraphs explaining the whole thing, what you learned, what came out of it. Very good. And then again, appendix of MATLAB stuff, code, results, things along those lines. Okay, so again, I guess in summary, this is 20% of your grade. It's a big project. You need to do enough work on the report itself to show what you've done, use good English, good grammar, and make it so that it is a complete report so that someone with the knowledge that you should have gained through this class, someone who's been through this class or a similar class, would be able to repeat your work and get your same results. Okay, that's it.